Welcome back, everyone. NicknLex here. Thank you so much for joining me today to this new episode of Music with Nick. Today we're going to do a marathon for Jeff. Thank you so much, Jeff, for sponsoring this set of music, these 3 songs. I appreciate it. And without further ado, let's get into the email that he sent to me. It says here, for the theme of my triathlon, that's what we call the marathon of 3, is home. Songs are in this order. We're going to play Sort of Homecoming from U2. We're going to do Coming Up Close. This is from Til Tuesday. I've never heard of this band. And then This Must Be the Place from Talking Heads. Of course, I know Talking Heads. And it says, thanks. He says, thanks, man. Looking forward to it. Be sure to check out the lyrics on these great tunes. I will. And I also wanted to add real quick. So Jeff, usually I do these way quicker, these marathons, but we did run into some problems with the computer. So, you know, long story short, we're back and it's working pretty perfectly now. But thank you so much for waiting for about a week to get this video. I usually do them the next day, you know. So, well, let's get to it. And now we just did a full album by U2, Joshua Tree, I think it's called. And that was just amazing. So I can't wait to listen to more U2. And so, yeah, without further ado, like I said, let's go. And let's see. I just want to see what year this was. This was from 1984, The Unforgettable Fire, the album. Okay, cool. All right, here we go. First track of the album. Let's check it out. A Sort of Homecoming, U2. Here we go.
Come my way, the fields of morning lies in the distance. Oh, don't sorrow, no, don't weep, for tonight at last I am coming home. I am coming home.
Very cool. Sorry about that. I was picking my nose. It's just like, oh, I don't know what's going on. I have like I want to sneeze, but it's like, it's not happening. So back to the, I mean, U2 is so, it's really unpredictable. You know, I was never into like U2 for some reason. I really love them, especially now that we've heard Yasha Tree. But before that, of course, everybody knows U2. I even asked Alexia, hey, do you like U2? And she's like, no, I don't like them. Why? I don't know. It's like, you know, one of those things. It's just sometimes there are bands that we just miss. Even though I'm looking here, there's 20 million monthly listeners. I mean, obviously, this is one of the biggest rock bands or rock acts, or I mean, I can't really like call them just rock because it's so, I think the style is so broad, you know? So, but yeah, but I love how different every song sounds, you know? The first reaction that we did was, I think from, let me check. I think we have it. I'm on their Wikipedia, you know, just have a little bit of backup so I don't look like a complete idiot. So fourth album, also obviously Bono on the, as always, on the lead vocals. I love the edge here, you know, all that. He always has like this really ginormous sound with the guitar. There's a lot of effects going on. There's a lot of delay and chorus, and it's just very like it's a big, you know, kind of like sounding. It's almost like he puts on layers and layers on the guitar, and then we have like this really the edge sounding, you know, guitar, which really defines him from other players. You know, I really like that he's not so big on guitar solos, which is not necessary in this kind of music. And then the drums, very like, I don't know, it was like it just went so well with the whole, like, it's very this song felt very like emotional, of course. And so I'm not very familiar with the drummer, Larry Mullen and Adam Clayton on bass, but I mean, they really fulfill the music. I know they've always been the original players. So, I mean, as the music has evolved, they've always put in their style, and I think it works very well. I do know Brian Eno from David Bowie. So he did additional vocals, instruments, and I know Brian Eno was also part of Roxy Music. So Brian Eno as a musician is really, really cool. And then even Peter Gabriel was on a sort of Homecoming, but it says here on the Daniel Lanois remix, which is not this. Okay, so that's kind of interesting because we're huge Genesis fans. Or Peter Gabriel, we saw him just like 2 years ago here in Denver. So, but yeah, this song, I mean, U2 is just really special because after doing the full album, we were just blown away. And a lot of people didn't even believe us. It's like, yeah, sure, the first time you listen to U2. But I mean, I could literally tell you of bands that you don't know that I've heard like a million times. It's because it's just bands that nobody listens to. So Alexia and I, we've always been into like kind of like deeper kind of stuff, more indie stuff. We don't really follow, you know, what's on the radio in any decade as kids or as teenagers, or you know. So we've always kind of like swam against the current musically. So it's that was one thing, you know. I remember she didn't even listen to Bob Marley, and I got into Bob Marley because of my mom. But that's a whole different story. It's always been kind of like, now she loves Bob Marley, just to make it clear. But it's just like we've always been kind of like whatever's popular, nah, let's just go the other way, you know. And I know it's bizarre, but it really helped us with the channel because we were really like clueless. I mean, of course, we loved Pink Floyd and Led Zeppelin and stuff like that, but just pop or rock or just very famous stuff, we've always kind of like, we've never been into that for some reason. I know it can be like a mistake. And then I wanted to see the meaning of the song. So Bono says, for Bono, the phrase had personal significance as a singer who frequently travels. It could represent the joy and comfort of returning to his roots and family. I mean, just the title, a sort of homecoming. But a lot of people have different views on the song. So it's always, you know, there's multiple interpretations. Maybe this song like says something to you, and then to the next person it means something completely different. And I got a lot of flack the other day for something that I thought I had understood. And this song is like a viral kind of song. And I said, oh, I think it means this. And everybody called me an idiot for it but you know, that was my interpretation. And maybe, you know, sometimes there's musicians who don't even know. It just came out. It sounded cool. You know, if you ever listened to Yes, these lyrics, that they don't mean like literally anything. When you ask like, what's the deeper meaning of the song? I have no idea. You know, I just wrote the lyrics because they sounded cool. So that happens as well. So, you know, it's up to the interpretation of the individual, I think. But this was very, very good. I really like, and this is when they were not even that big. I mean, I think they became really, really big after Joshua Tree. As it says here, U2 catapulted over its post-punk peers to become the biggest rock band in the world. A title that they earned after the release of the Joshua Tree in 1987. So this was like 3 years before they became like these mega stars. But I think they've always sounded cool. Of all the stuff that I heard, just like, you know, typical stuff that you hear on the radio, you know. So, and that song that we reacted to, I just want to go back to that for a second. Where is it from? What album is this? I think it's from the 90s. Let me see. My God. Now when you put see all, they show you all the songs. I just want to see the albums, not all the songs on Spotify. Let's see. Albums. Yeah, they just changed a bunch of stuff. It's okay. I think it was from the album where he sings Lemon, where they do Lemon. Yeah, you guys will know it. YouTube fans will know. Okay, we're gonna move it along with the marathon because it is a theme. So the next theme is also going to be about home. Welcome Home is the album here. It's from 1986. The band Til Tuesday. I've never heard of this band before. And this is coming up close. So let's check him out here. And yeah, if you like the channel, of course, leave a like or some sort of comment if you want to. Subscribe to the channel, whatever you feel is cool. So here we go.
One night and I, well, he and I in a borrowed car went driving in the summer, promises and every stop. Out in the distance I could hear some people laughing. I felt my heart beat back, a weekend's worth of sadness. There was a farmhouse that had long since been deserted. We stopped and carved our hearts into the wooden surface. We thought just for an instant we could see the future. And we thought for once we knew what really was important. Coming up close, everything sounds like right
Beautiful.
back in the
Beautiful.
car and listened to a Dylan tape. We drove around the fields until it started getting late. And I went back to my hotel room on the highway. And he just got back in his car and drove away. Coming up close, everything sounds like welcome home, come home. Oh, by the way, don't you know that I could make a dream that's barely halfway come true? I wanted to say, but anything I could have said, I felt to know that you already knew. Coming up close, everything sounds like welcome home, come home. Coming up close, everything sounds like welcome home, come home. Come on
Very good, man. Oh. Beautiful track. I can't believe they only released 3 albums. But it looks like they've reunited in 2025. Let me check if there's something there on the market coming out. And I've done a reaction to them. I just checked. Thank you again, Michael. Because I did a marathon that was called Bass Ladies Marathon of all the cool girls that play bass, and it's a pretty much like an 80s marathon as well. We have Throwing Muses, Do Re Mi, The Waitresses, Martha and the Muffins, and Til Tuesday. So check it out. It's on the channel, and it's literally called Bass Ladies Marathon. So that's the song Love in a Vacuum. This was really wonderful. I mean, beautiful singing, beautiful voice of what's her name? I had it right here. Amy Mann. And she plays the bass. She's the bass player and the vocalist. So that's kind of cool. So that was obviously, directed towards her. But I loved everything. The piano, guitars and drums. It was just really, really nice, really, really, really nice. And the lyrics as well. Obviously not as big as U2. They have about 500,000 monthly listeners, but it is what it is. It's also, they didn't do that much, recordings, but even though, 3 albums from 85 to 88. Now, let me see here real quick on Spotify. Is there anything coming out? They released a single. Yes, called Wasted in 2025. Check it out. That's interesting, why haven't they released anything, and then why 40 years later, That's cool. I like it. And of course they have some best ofs and stuff like that. There's Kate Bush. Wow. Very, very cool. Again, thank you so much for the reintroduction Jeff, and let's now we're gonna go here. Talking Heads. It's so funny because Talking Heads at the beginning I didn't get the style. I found it super bizarre, but I did like David Byrne's style, but it was just the music was too kind of like repetitive. It was almost on a loop, and I didn't like that at all. And now they're like, oh man, we just saw a band couple of weeks, like a week ago, we saw Goose live, and they're amazing. They're like a jam band, you know. They played like 90 minutes without stopping. They didn't even say hi. You know, they just started playing, and then after 90 minutes they was like, okay, we're gonna take a break. You know, but they never really like they didn't talk much with the audience. But it's cool. It's all about the music, and they were like a little bit like a almost like a Grateful Dead kind of vibe. You know, everybody's just like vibing and they're improvising, and they did play in they played a track by Talking Heads. What was it again? Let me see. Now I wanna. That's my whole point of this very very famous song, Psycho Killer. Yeah, the first one on there. So good. Everybody was singing along. So okay, so let's check it out. Let's check out this last tune by Talking Heads. It's called "This Must Be the Place," but there's something here. It says naive melody. So I don't think we've heard this. So let's check it out. Yeah. Okay, let's go. 1983. Also Brian Eno on this. Very good. That's what I'm saying. It has that loopy feel, you know, and the synth. And so this is apparently the album that put him on the map with, you know, tracks like Burning Down the House. But I love Tina Weymouth's bass, and just like David Byrne, he has something about his voice. It's really, really just like, I love it, you know. And it's, you know, it is a style, you know. I didn't even know they were American. I thought they were British, but I know he's Irish or something. But yeah, this was after the split of producer Brian Eno, so they also had to do with Brian Eno. I think Brian Eno was involved with a lot of stuff in the 80s, but this was really good. But yeah, it has like that, you know, that repetitious kind of feel to it, but I really love the lyrics. You know, this line here, where is it? Love me till my heart stops. Give me a second. Like the whole feel, you know, it's just so good. Where is it? And you love me till my heart stops. Yeah. Talking Heads is so good. There's just like so much, and what a bummer though, because they did stop. And I looked here at the when you look on Wikipedia, you know, of the band's history, and then suddenly here in I think in '92, I think they just stopped. You know, I think they disbanded. Imagine all the music I think also there's a lot of, sometimes it's just people want to do things by themselves, you know, and go solo. Even though they had done that before this record, they had produced some, you know, solo records. But it is what it is, you know, it just years. It says here 91 was the split, and then 2002 they got back together. But so far, I don't think they have released anything. Let's check. But hey, this was a great marathon. Thank you so much, Jeff. You know, I know it's really hard to put 3 songs together or 5 songs together and make something, you know, make it work. And I think this worked really well. This was really good. There's so many things you can do with music, you know. There's some remasters from 2023, but not really like new stuff. Let's see. It's weird. I have to get used to the layout of Spotify to really know how to like move along, because now you just get all the songs. I just want to see all the covers, you know. But this was great. Thank you again so much. If you have anything to add in the chat, you know, please do so. You know, if you like the marathon, please voice your thoughts in the chat, in the comments, and of course like the video if you actually enjoyed it. Which was your favorite song, and yeah, is there any bands you would suggest that also have a, you know, some kind of like would fit into this theme of homecoming? I think there's a bunch of stuff that I know, but I think like I said, there's a lot of bands that I listen to that nobody knows about. It's a little bit of a curse, you know, just listening to underground stuff. But hey, it is what it is. This was a lot of fun. Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate it. And everybody who watched it, of course, thank you. And yeah, let me know what you think. And I hope to see you all in the next one.